Clare Crawley is making a lot of changes post-split from Dale Moss. Hello everyone, welcome to another shared news from home. Clare Crawley has officially unfollowed her now ex Dale Moss on Instagram. We'll discuss all the details and break it down for you guys. Before we dive right in, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm Hibberry, joined today by Gabby Gonta. Alright you guys, so it is official. Clare has unfollowed Dale on Instagram. Now, according to Us Weekly, Bachelor fans noticed the change on Clare's account on February 8th. That same day, she posted a message on her Instagram story saying, quote, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time," end quote. Oof. Now, as of today, Clare has still not removed Dale's photos from her profile, which is interesting because you assume someone would kind of, remove their ex in one swift motion on all social media platforms, as if they kind of never existed. Now, Gabby, how do you think Clare is handling, this breakup step of removing your ex on social media?
I think she's handling it well. It's definitely a really tough thing. Before Instagram existed, this is not something that people had to think about, in terms of what's your
Right.
relationship status? How many photos of you do you have? Are you going to delete them? Are you going to keep them? It's like so much extra pressure and annoyance to have to deal with. And then on top of it, like she has millions of followers and it matters what she says and does. So I couldn't imagine being her. Um, the fact that she unfollowed him is like super strong after being together for so many months. Like the Instagram algorithm favorites, that person. So all of his stuff is probably popping up right at the front of her page, right, at the top each time. And that, obviously gets tiring and you don't want to see that all the time. So totally makes sense that she unfollowed him. I'm a believer in not erasing all, your photos of your ex because I still think, I don't want to pretend they never existed. I want to remember like what I learned from this relationship and like how it changed me. So that's just my opinion on that. But if you, also want to just like clear it away and have a fresh, clean slate, like that works too. But overall, I think she's handling it well for being in such the public eye and spotlight for this.
A very good point with the Instagram algorithm. I didn't even think of that. That must be so true because, of course, they were all on each other's profiles probably all the time, tagging one another, liking each other's pictures. So that didn't even occur to me. So that's a really good point. But it definitely seems like, once you hit that unfollow button or that delete button, it is done. Like there's no going back. And especially, having such a public breakup, everyone is going to notice this move once it happens. And so
Hmm.
I think this definitely shows like, wow, Claire's definitely moving on. These are one of the multiple steps that it takes to, recover from a breakup and to kind of, get back to your single self. And definitely, of course, mentally that's going to take a longer recovery time. But of course, I guess it's just kind of like, step one is just kind of, out of sight, out of mind in a way as well. So definitely a good point of with the algorithm. And I'm gonna definitely take note of that as well whenever that situation comes across in my life, because that is so true. I never thought of that. But also
Mhm.
another interesting thing to point out is that Dale still follows Claire on Instagram and still, of course, has pictures of them together as well. So it seems like he's taking a slower pace at clearing her out on his Instagram profile. Now, Gabby, do you have any guesses on when Dale might unfollow Claire on Instagram?
That's a good one. That's really tough. I feel like part of him feels bad for doing all of this, kind of blindsiding her, making it public before they fully agreed on it, if that's what really happened. So I feel like he
Mhm.
didn't jump the gun on unfollowing her and shutting everything down as quickly, maybe because he feels a little bit bad or wasn't sure what move she was gonna make. But I think now that she's unfollowed him and kind of is putting out little quotes here and there that are kind of dissing him, I feel like he's gonna, make the move pretty soon to unfollow her as well.
That's true because he was the first to kind of go public with the reason of why they broke up and to confirm the breakup as well. So I think maybe he was kind of waiting out for Claire to make the first move and then he might follow suit, maybe a couple weeks or days later, who knows. But yeah, he
Mhm.
still follows her, still has pictures up of her as well. So we'll see if he will unfollow her and maybe delete the pictures at once or maybe kind of follow in Claire's footsteps of unfollowing and still keeping the pictures up. So again, we're just gonna have to monitor, his profile very closely. And now another change Claire made post split was debuting her new pink hair. She posted the reveal on her Instagram. Now it is temporary color, but the hairstylist captioned the photo saying, quote, I've been wanting to have some fun and temporarily change up my hair for some time now with a fun color, so I did. I've always loved these hair coloring shampoo and conditioners because they are damage free, paraben free, PPD free, mineral oil free. And she goes on to, a little spiel of why these are a healthier alternative than, fully dyeing your hair. But, she definitely has me sold on this. So, Gabby, what did you think of this look?
I thought it was so cute. She really looks happy here, and I think revenge dyeing your hair or like post breakup hair dye is like a real thing with girls because you feel like you're just like a new, different person and you can start fresh. So, she certainly didn't invent this trend, but I'm glad she's hopping on. I hope it makes her feel a little bit better, especially being a hairstylist herself. Like, why not just change up her look? So it's really cute. It seems very Claire, and it seems like she's kind of not caring what other people think anymore. She's doing something bold like dyeing her hair pink. So I'm rooting for her and whatever she needs to do to, start moving on and treating herself. I'm here for it.
Oh, 100%. And it's so true, exactly what you said. I believe girls, especially, are notorious for making, a drastic change to their hair post breakup. And it shows us that, Claire is just like any other girl who just wants to have fun and make a fun change to her, standard look that we've seen. She's always been blonde to us. And, maybe this was the motivation it took for her to finally, take a risk and temporarily, dye her hair pink. And you can even
Hmm.
see in the picture, she has the biggest smile and she's again just having fun, letting loose because she's had such a hard, past couple of months. So this is like, if this brings a smile to her face, girl, do whatever makes you happy, honestly. And
Hmm.
now, lastly, on Instagram, Claire has been spending time, with her nephew, taking trips to the snow, and also has been, requesting motivational music recommendations from her followers, and will even ask her followers methods on how to boost her mood on some days when she's feeling down and low. It seems like she's still struggling with the heartbreak and continues to be honest about her journey and recovery. So, Gabby, what do you think is next for Claire?
That's a good question. I think she's going to be in this transition period for a while, coming off of The Bachelor, being in the public eye. Everyone's watching what she's doing. People are still talking about their breakup and like the little things that what's going on, trying to figure it all out. So I think we're not going to see anything big from her come out soon until she's like kind of fully recovered, just based on time. The more time that goes by, she's going to be feeling better about this whole situation. But maybe a lot of people like do big things, on the other hand, people in Bachelor Nation. So maybe she'll write a book, or maybe she'll open a new hair salon, or like come out with, I don't know, a new product. Maybe she'll like lean into beauty products or something, because of this new fan base that has just come out behind her and has been supporting Claire, through her whole journey to find love. So hopefully she'll like launch something big where she can do a passion project or something for herself. But I still don't feel like we'll see that for a little bit until she's just kind of fully let all this stuff pass. But that's what I feel like we would see next from Claire. As far as just being so open and honest still on her Instagram, I think that's great because she has been, up until this point. So I think it would be, hard for her fans and hard for her if she just sort of shut down and wasn't open and sort of stopped posting or as often or as regular. So I love to see that. And hopefully, she'll let us in on these tips that she's getting from the fans about, meditation, music, all of that. So I feel like she's still going to be a powerhouse in the lifestyle space.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she definitely has loyal fans and a strong support system and a sense of self, too. I mean, she's definitely someone that is very strong headed, has a good head on her shoulders, and knows what she wants. And again, like any breakup, it just seems like, and let alone a public, breakup, she just has to kind of, take it one day at a time. And I respect her a lot because, it's so easy to put on a happy face, especially on social media, but she will straight up say, she's having hard days right now. It's hard for her to get out of
Hmm.
bed. And I think that's just so much. respect, especially after everything she's been through. She's just still being honest. And honestly, also as a side note, I'm sure her DMs are flooded, and I feel like a whole bunch of people want to ask her out, especially because she was given such a big platform, being the oldest bachelorette ever in their history. So I think, after she heals, she'll have to maybe just kind of, reprioritize maybe what she's looking for dating life wise, whenever we get to that conversation. But we'll just definitely again have to see. But there's no rush, Claire. There's no rush. All right, you guys, that's all we have to share with you for now. As always, we want to know your thoughts, so tell us down in the comments below. What did you think of Claire's temporary pink hair and also her unfollowing Dale? When do you think Dale will unfollow Claire, if at all? And also, don't forget to follow us on our socials. Please subscribe and ring the bell because we'll be back with more news updates and reactions. I'm Baberry, and today I was joined by Gabby Ganta, and we'll see you guys next time.